Hi everyone, so I'm here with Danielle, Suchley, my business partner, and we wanted to come and talk to you about really, if you're an employee of a company, you've just been made redundant, the challenges that you're going to face, but also the steps that you can take. It's really important right now. You don't go into some form of panic and you focus on the things you can do as opposed to what you can't do, because if you spend all that time focusing on what you can't do, you're just going to take yourself into a very dark and depressing type of place. And that's not going to be really healthy for you or anybody else around you. So let's talk about what we can do. So Danny, you and I have worked together for 15 years. And to be honest with you, we went through the 2008 crisis. We saw people that lost their jobs back then, and things seemed bad back then, but they didn't seem as bad as they seem right now.
No.
And I just think of all those people working in hotels, airlines, people working in hospitality, restaurants, the Capital Club and places like that. All of those people out there that might be losing their jobs right now, might have lost their jobs. Let's just imagine, okay, someone has lost their job right now. What kind of steps can people take? What decisions can they make and what actions can they follow through with?
I actually think that the steps that need to take are really, really similar to that businesses need to take right now as well. So if you were to break them down, you'd want any cash that they do have to make sure that they have a really strong plan around what the minimums that they can spend each month so that the cash burn rate is reduced. I think that would, things like speaking to your landlord, speaking to your car rental company, all businesses are feeling this at the moment, and businesses, landlords are likely to take more favourable terms rather than lose the business altogether, because again, the market's pretty stagnant. Mm-hmm. So speak to anyone that you need to communicate what it is that you're going through and see if you can agree some more favourable terms to help you with your cash flow from that perspective.
Okay, so basically look at all of my outgoings, all of my expenses, and say to myself, right, how can I minimise those as much as possible?
Yeah,
okay?
And be brutal. Like, you need to be really brutal in terms of, is that actually, is it a necessity or is it a nice to have at the moment?
Okay, and so give me an example of something that people will be spending on that they probably shouldn't be spending on right now if they're being very careful. Netflix, okay, that's a great example. Yes, so something like Netflix.
Delivering food, still having the food delivered by delivery rather than going and getting the groceries and preparing the meals. There are probably a lot of people right now who can suspend their gym contracts, given the current circumstances, work out at home. Any of those small things, they add up really, really quickly. Going and getting your coffee from Starbucks, or having it delivered now from Starbucks.
Starbucks delivering as well?
Yeah. All of the food companies are still delivering.
I call it unconscious spend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't realise you're spending it, but it's being spent.
So you need to first of all make yourself conscious around it. So go through your receipts, go through your debit card statements. And it's not a nice thing to do, but actually doing it, you'll feel so much better afterwards.
What about cutting up your credit card?
Yeah. Cutting your credit card, speak to your credit card company, see if you can switch that over to a kind of a loan conversion. So it means you've got consistent payments coming out, but you're not accumulating more interest on that. Okay, so it's high interest rates people are paying on their credit cards, so that's something they really need to watch out for as well. Okay, so I've taken my steps. Now I've been careful with my cash. Okay, I now know that I've been able, my landlord's reduced my rent by 20%. Okay, my car hire company have said don't worry about rent for car hire payments for the next month. I've converted my credit card debt into a personal loan. What are the next steps I need to take? I think next step is looking at being able to do a job and what jobs are needed right now and what jobs are there still a huge demand for. So I think every business that I know, ours included, have gone from having probably a 20% digital or 30% digital perspective to having 80-90%. So everything from website building to ClickFunnels to updating people's social media and graphic design, anything that is in that digital space right now is high demand. If you've got those skills already, great, lean into them. Don't have an ego around what you believe your price points were pre-coronavirus. So if you were charging, 1,000 dirhams an hour, and you now need to charge 250 dirhams an hour, or whatever that may be, you need to be flexible and you need to be mindful that there are a lot of people in that same boat, and to have some cash flow, some revenue coming through is going to be better than having nothing at all at this stage. You can reassess your pricing model once this is all settled down.
Okay, just so that you can keep cash flow coming in. Okay, So maybe if you've got an area of expertise, what you can do is you can create an online course.
Yep.
And you can upload it onto Teachable.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
So people have that type of stuff as well. What industries are employing right now?
So anything that's in kind of FMGC, FGMC, sorry. So in terms of fast-moving goods and consumables. So
FMCG.
So supermarkets. Again, the people who anything related to that. A lot of healthcare at the moment. Again, is still going to be. They're still going to be hiring and needing people there.
So pharma.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about chemical industries?
Chemical industries, yeah, potentially, yeah.
Companies like
any kind of pharma industry, chemical industries.
Okay, what else? Where would I find jobs at the moment? Okay, so let's say you're a PA. Okay, this is probably a good example. Okay, you're a PA working for a company. You've been made redundant because the company can't afford to pay you anymore. Okay, could you become a virtual PA?
Yeah, virtual assistant, yeah.
Okay, so look at virtual assistants. And let's say I'm here in Dubai and that's exactly what's happened to me. I'm a PA, I've lost my job. I can go online, I can be a virtual assistant. What should I do? What should I tell my audience? What should I tell my friends on Facebook and my friends on Instagram? What should I be telling them? Should I be ashamed to say I've lost my job, or should I be out there, asking everybody?
Taking all the help that you can possibly get, speaking to people, asking for help, asking people to share. I think if there's one positive or one of the positives that's come from coronavirus, it's that I think everyone feels that they're in it together. I think that's one of the things that actually is a bit different to 2008, where it was kind of like from the financial sector.
Yeah.
I think everyone feels like they're in this together, and as such, I think, humans are being very kind to each other at the moment, and hopefully that really continues long after that we see the end of coronavirus.
Great sense of community.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me make sure, because I want to make sure that I give you as much information as I possibly can around this, okay? Because I know that there's lots of people that have lost their jobs. Be humble, be flexible, manage your cash, look at other industries that you can get involved with. Think about the skills and the knowledge that you have. The PA example is a great one, virtual assistant. On top of that, okay, really try and understand your community online. I'll give you an example, okay? I've got approximately 120,000 people across all my channels. If I lost my job and I reached out to 120,000 people and said, help, I've got a much bigger audience of people that potentially could come back with ideas, solutions, opportunities for me. So keep growing your audience and keep communicating with your audience, because you just don't know who's out there that could help you in a time like this. You don't know if there's someone that's got a supermarket or someone who works at Amazon that's like, we need someone like you right now. So bear in mind, whenever there's a crisis, there's opportunity. There's businesses right now that are doing okay, and they're flourishing on the back of this situation. And if you can piggyback into one of those companies, then you could be lucky and get straight into a job straight away, couldn't you?
Absolutely.
All right, good stuff. Danny, thank you very much for helping me. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge. Okay, I know that you don't do a load of this stuff on camera, but it's really good and it's really valuable, so I really appreciate it.
Thank you.